Hi guys, I want to give you a little bit of information about your dyslexia assignment, which is due in week 5. So I'm going to go to course resources, check out the dyslexia assignment description. This assignment is going to be submitted to both Chalk and Wire and Moodle. Here are the links. When you submit to Chalk and Wire, please be sure that your artifact reflection and your dyslexia assignment both are showing. That's going to save each of us a lot of time and headache if you do that when you first submit. As I said in the syllabus overview, the rubrics themselves for Chalk and Wire and Moodle are the same, but the point values differ. Okay, we all know that we're going to have students in our classes that struggle with the task of reading due to dyslexia. We as educators have to be aware of the warning signs as well as ways that we can universally design curriculum to meet the needs of all the learners in our classes. What you do to help a student with dyslexia will also help other students that learn visually, or students that struggle, or students that process information differently. It's going to help everyone. This assignment is meant for you to choose a content reading strategy from one of the Allen flip charts that would be appropriate for your students with dyslexia. Your task. First, you're going to pick a topic in a content area, whether that be language arts, math, science, social studies. Find a content standard from the Ohio Learning Standards that is appropriately connected to the topic. Write a measurable objective related to the standard. Design an activity where you will choose a content reading strategy that could be used with students that have dyslexia. Choose a strategy and you're going to explain why you chose it and why you're using it. Connect your explanation to resources from our course or from independent research you found on your own. Then you're going to create a self-assessment for the student with dyslexia. This self-assessment may be a checklist or a reflection instrument, but you will include that with the assignment. On Moodle, there is also a template available for this assignment. Now remember, this is submitted 2 places, Chalk and Wire and Moodle. This is the Dyslexia Handbook. That's going to help you. Here is an example lesson. The topic is rocks and minerals. Grade level is 3rd. Content reading standard, which is English Language Arts Literacy. This needs to be RI, Reading Informational Text. It's content reading, so we want nonfiction, informational text. So the content standard that goes with this is to determine the meaning of general academic and domain-specific words and phrases in a text relevant to a grade 3 topic or subject area. Here is the science content standard, the Earth's resources. Earth's non-living resources have specific properties, rocks and minerals. Now the next area of this lesson plan is a measurable objective or learning outcome. This is an example of a measurable objective. Students will be able to make entries into their science notebook to illustrate and define the academic language terms necessary to understand the lesson, including rock, mineral, geologist, inorganic, shape, streak, magnifying glass, luster and texture, and inorganic with 90% accuracy. This measurable objective and/or learning outcome follows the condition, behavior, criteria format. This link also gives specific information on how to write measurable objectives that follow the condition, behavior, criteria format. I also have another link that I will be sending you about writing measurable objectives. So they have a literacy content standard and a science content statement. Strategy chosen with explanation. Here is the rationale. The chosen strategy is front-loading with images, which will be used to share illustrations related to the academic language necessary to complete the lesson. The front-loading of these images will build knowledge of the illustrations' correspondence to the academic vocabulary portion of the measurable objective. Knowledge of the images will be further developed when we use the smartboard to match the vocabulary to the image. They also ask for a rationale, and you are asked to demonstrate strong knowledge of content-specific concepts and clearly state 3 to 4 reasons why the selected strategy best supports desired learning outcomes for all students. Front-loading with images allows students to process the information in multiple ways. It supports ELL students to more deeply understand the content if they don't have a grasp of the language yet. It also aids to improve comprehension and illustrate key points in the upcoming lesson and allow students to view real-world examples. Front-loading can also serve as a hook for the lesson and allow students to discuss the topic and prepare for the upcoming lesson. So there's 3 reasons that support the rationale of using front-loading with images. Here is the citation of where this was retrieved from. It says in this explanation that it's not necessary to include items such as graphic organizers or worksheets. An explanation will suffice. Students will have an opportunity to work on their science journals. Since this lesson is part of a rock unit, students will have multiple opportunities to work on their science notebook throughout the week. During this lesson, students will be using the front-loaded images and vocabulary terms that were presented earlier on in the lesson. They will write them in their science notebook. Students will be required to write the definition of the term and draw an illustration that best describes the term. This is the self-assessment that was created for the student with dyslexia. I want you all to know where we're headed with this lesson. Here is the blank template that you will use. And everything that you need is listed under the element. If you have questions, please ask me. Now, I want to go back to our rubrics. This is the rubric for chalk and wire. To earn the most points, your objectives on your lesson plan need to be strong, measurable objectives that follow the condition behavior criteria format. Behavior based on selected academic standard. Standard and topic are appropriate to your objective. The next element is strategy quality. Strategy choice is supported by 2 or more quality resources demonstrating clear connection to research literature on supporting students with dyslexia in the content area reading. So you need 2 or more quality resources to earn the most points. Your strategy rationale to earn the most points. It must directly align with the objective and the topic, demonstrate strong knowledge of content-specific concepts, and clearly states 3 to 4 reasons why the selected strategy best supports desired learning outcomes for all students. Next criteria, self-assessment quality. The strategy self-assessment is developmentally appropriate to the target age group. It uses clear language, is user-friendly, contains appropriate font choice and layout, and includes all steps of the strategy. Make sure that it includes all steps of the strategy. Self-assessment alignment. Does the self-assessment for the student align with the selected strategy and could be used by the learner to gauge progress toward the stated objective? So before you submit anything, use this rubric to assess yourself on your lesson plan. Again, the Moodle rubric and the chalk and wire rubric are exactly alike. The only difference is the point values. If you have questions, please ask me. Don't wait until the night before it's due and email me asking questions. Please be thinking about this now and start forming your plan. Thank you.